All right, good morning, everybody. This training today is going to be filled with information. It is one of the biggest questions that I'm asked. Even last night, I had an event to reach out to me to do a full 2-hour seminar on building a brand, like how it is. This organization leader has followed me now for about 10 years of my 20-year career. It was just like, hey, it's businesses that are dropping off left and right. How are you still here? Like, what did you do? How do you change? Like, how do you always evolve? And I'm like, yeah, those are really good things where sometimes we may look up and we see a brand doing amazing, but we don't understand the formula that made it that way, right? Or how it shifted, how it changed. What was your business plan like? How did it look when you decided to do that? When really, in all actuality, it's not a business plan, it's more of a business map. And it's the ability to be really flexible that will keep somebody here for a long period of time. So I'm going to start out with the basics. When you hear brand, like, what is it? I love to say this cute little thing. Your brand is what people say when you're not around. When you're not there, what do they think of you? That's your brand. How do you feel about Target? How do you feel about Walmart? How do you feel about Target? How do you feel about Walmart? Didn't you just have two totally different feelings? Two of the same stores, right? Two of the same stores, but you have a different feeling when you hear Target, Walmart. You have a different feeling. Let me give you another one. McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, Starbucks. Do you see? When I said each individual one, you had an event, and if you really thought about it, you feel different about each individual brand. Well, your ability to be able to purchase, come to that brand, stay with that brand, you feel a specific different way each where you go. So that brand literally sits down. What is it that I want people to get from me? And then they try very hard to output those things to get you there. So to give you an example, Starbucks. We all love Starbucks, right? Even if you don't drink coffee, you love Starbucks. And let me tell you why. Starbucks did an amazing job when they were sitting and figuring about their brand of what type of customer they wanted. Who did they want to come into the store? Well, they were looking for busy people that maybe didn't want to set up your regular office space, that needed to come on there, would pay a premium dollar for a cup of coffee, because we all know you can get a cup of coffee for like $1, $2 at home. However, you go to Starbucks, you'll spend $7, $10. I don't know about you. When I get to the end of my spending, especially if I'm doing lunch, sometimes I spend 25, 30 bucks. And I don't break a sweat. Sometimes most of the time, we'll bring my laptop, my computer, sit down because I'm comfortable, and I'll make it my office space, right? It's such a culture that's in there. But when the brand thought of what it was going to be, it had to take into consideration what type of customer would come into this place. What type of customer will I want? What all the amenities would I have to have around for someone to spend at this premium price point, right? So when you think about maybe, let's say, our regular Joe's Coffee, just think about just a regular brand that may not have all the extra bells and whistles, the smell, the nice, friendly customer service. I don't know about y'all, but there's this one Starbucks that's literally 15 minutes from the one that's closest to me. Do you know I will pass that one and go to the one that's 15 minutes away because they have a bar? They have a full wine bar. They have a fireplace. They actually have taken it a step above, and they have like a musician that comes in and sits in the corner. Yes, plays violin, and it's just a calming environment. And I don't know if they even told the guy, please don't be too loud because they could be on calls or whatever, but it's so calming. So that Starbucks said, hey, I know we all selling coffee, but I want more people to be in my location. So I'm going to add a bar. I'm going to add this violin. And they even put a real fireplace in place. So even I have been in there probably 15 to 20 times, and I still cannot get a seat next to the dang on fireplace because somebody always get in there to do it first. So when you think about your brand, you have to think about all of those components. All those components. When someone is building a brand, what are the key things that are going to keep them there? Well, I wrote them down. is being very genuine, honest, and true. Like literally, those three things usually are missed, because usually what people do, they try to sit down and create. Like, hey, I wanna create this. I may not be this, but I want to create it. However, if it's not genuine, it's not honest, it's not true, especially even to what your consumer is looking for at that time frame, it won't stay around. People will figure that out now. If Starbucks right now told you they wanted to, they had their fireplace, right? They're known for being a premium cup of coffee, right? If they had that great fireplace, if they had that great bar, and you came up in there and you was ready to spit that coffee out, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be back. I don't care how nice you are. I'm not paying you $9 for a cup of coffee that tastes like wood or it's watered down. You get it? So it has to stay true to itself. All of those things have to work together. So when I think about, and I talk about Walmart, I think about Target, then somebody goes, hey, well, I'm not that big. Like, I've just come on into this business right now, and it works. I'm not that big. I'm not trying to be Starbucks and Target. I just want to sell keto coffee. I just want to sell some thermophyte, right? But guess what? You are that big. Because guess what? Remember what I just said to you? There is one Starbucks that is right here with me. There's one Starbucks that's right here with me, right? I will drive 15 minutes past that Starbucks to go to the other one, literally just for the experience. So I want you to think about that here. What do? We work for a big company. Starbucks, most people don't even realize it's not a franchise. You cannot come in and just buy a Starbucks. It's literally in the same infrastructure on how we work. There's a big conglomeration in Starbucks. You have to go in and apply, and you kind of are a distributor of Starbucks, and you come on out and you set up your location. They control how everything is. They quality control, but you, the individual owner, you set yourself apart from other Starbucks. Have you ever noticed when you go into Starbucks, they never look the same? Have you ever noticed that? No, they're all not of the same feather, but they're all serving caramel macchiatos. Do you see that? They're all doing that. But each individual owner, just like we are, each individual distributor has to find a way to stand out, has to find a way to create their brand. Well, in our thing that we do, the best thing about us that's already different than anything is each individual person. When you're online, when you're out, you're different. Right? You're different. The thing that you bring to the table is different than anybody else that's on here. We all like different things. Hey, we're all not into glam. Some of us are into a little quirk. Some of us are into maybe DIY, right? Or I have people that are on here that are in the beauty industry. One of my girls does lashes. There's some people that do hair. There's some people that are in the nursing field, right? That's where they come from. So what I want to give you a huge smile of today is whatever you are right now, I want you to make that shine. Because I want you to be the different Starbucks. Like in yours, I want you to focus right now. I don't want to be, I work, you've come into this business, I work for It Works. Like I am an independent distributor of It Works. But where it get real funky on them is nobody else can be me. No one. The things that I have going on, those are the things that are going to set me apart. Those are the things that are going to be special because nobody else has what I do. So I want you to write down right now, who am I? Who am I? What do I love? What do I like? I've shared with you all in other trainings. What are your starting 5? It may not just be 5. Maybe you're built up of 10 things that you could talk about all the time. Well, who am I? That right there is your starting point. Once you figure out who you are, that is what you project. Biggest mistake people make when they come into the business is they lose their identity. A brand's identity is what's going to keep it around for a long period of time. And when you come into a business like this, you cannot lose who you are. So, okay, I was fun loving. I played volleyball. I danced. I did all these amazing things. But then when I came into It Works, I immediately threw up a post that said, hey, now I'm an It Works distributor. Want to buy thermophyte? Want to do keto coffee? Want to do this? What happens in that is then you lose your brand. You have no brand. At that point, your brand becomes It Works. Do you see that? That's literally how you lose your brand. Your brand's identity was who you were, especially in a personal brand, is who you were before you signed on the dotted line. It's who are you? Are you an amazing mom? Do you stay at home? Are you an amazing nurse? But who are you? Do not lose your brand identity. All those things about you are just like that Starbucks. That Starbucks that I drive 15 minutes past, those things that potentially you're thinking about erasing, those are the things right there that are going to draw people to you. So the number one is, who am I? Write those things down. Take a look at how you are branding yourself and see, do you see your brand? Do you see your brand? Yes, some of us have joined this business because guess what? Fitness was our life prior to coming into here. But I don't want you to feel like that now, because you have joined an It Works business, that you have to now just be about fitness. You don't like Zumba, but now you out here twerking. You do not have to do that, baby. That is not what you do in building a brand. Maybe there are things that you do there. You're starting 7. Maybe you go to work out once a week. Stay true to that, because guess who you're going to get? You are going to get customers who only work out once a week, and they're looking to be better just like you. But if you are portraying that I work out 6 days a week and people come to you thinking you're the expert in exercise in the room, you'll lose, because guess what? Remember what I told you about a brand. It must be genuine. It must be honest. It must be true. So as soon as they get wind that you don't understand what a thermogenic is, you don't understand where the deltoid is in the body, you don't understand how to do a proper squat because you've positioned your brand as being an expert, you're going to have a disconnect from your consumer. They're going to go, that's not real. That's fake. That's not honest. I don't want anything to do with it. So I want you to be true, be genuine, be honest, be true to who you are as a brand. Okay? That is huge. Now, as you start being honest, you start being true to your brand, you will start learning your customer underneath you. You will not come into this business and every customer is for you. So guess what? Some people are going to tell you no because you're not for them. So rest in that. Okay, just rest in that, because that's not, just so you know, not everybody is going to buy from you because that's not your tribe. But once you start identifying your tribe and you start asking questions of your tribe, you'll start understanding that the people will start coming to your pages, also to seeing you in personal, regular life, asking you for those things, literally because that's your tribe and they want more of that from you. They want more of it from you. They're like, hey, I get people when I walk around, they be like, I miss your videos. I miss when you used to post your stuff and you were working out. Because guess what? I have a portion of my tribe that's like, hey, I need that back. That thing you do, I need that back. So that right there is a part of your sauce, whatever it is. Then you start giving it more. You drop it more. And then as you drop it more, when you're living with, right now, we have a personal brand that is also a lifestyle. So as you start showing, like right now, every time I'm doing a meeting in the morning, I have my coffee with me. This is a part of my life, but I'm intentional of making sure that you know I'm drinking it. I'm intentional of letting you know, like even this morning, I was telling somebody who was on the phone, I started to drop my probiotics in my coffee, just to make sure I'm doing it, because I know for certain that's something I do every day. So I'm getting it, and I do need to be able to do that. And she's like, huh, I'm going to do that. Where do you get probiotics from? Oh, girl, let me take that order right now. Got that? Because it's literally about your lifestyle and it's how you function. So the amazing thing about you starting this business, being in this business, long time of this business, you being a product of the product is going to make you even more amazing, because the things that you're doing, your tribe is going to want to do them with you. Just so you know that the things you're doing, they're going to want to do it with you. I even had somebody, I haven't posted about my skincare in a minute. And she was like, I'm having frequent breakouts. Remember when you were talking about skin? And it jarred my memory right then and there. When's the last time I talked about skin down my timeline? Because guess what? I'm a celebrity stylist. I focus in on skin. Why haven't I talked about it? So I'm showing you right now some of the things that potentially you could be missing. Or if you're new and starting, you didn't think that was so beautiful, but now you can kind of feel like, oh my God, this is beautiful. I should be doing this now. Now, there's two different ways in which to be able to run your business. There's two. You can run it online. You can run it offline. I'm going to add a third one on in there. And you can do it online and offline. You have to make a choice which one you want to do. But I want you to know you could be successful with any of them. You could be successful just online. You can. You could be successful all offline. You can. And you could be successful with an amazing blend of them both. So I'm going to talk about these two, online and offline, so you can start writing down and figuring out, hey, what is my business going to be? If you decide that you want to run your business online, you need to figure out, when you have set who you are, what your brand's presence is going to look like online. You want it clean and you want to be able to follow it. So what I tell everybody online, if you want to build a business online, here are some tips for you. Keep it clean. Choose a color flow. Choose an amazing, clear picture of yourself where people, it's inviting. When they come to your profile, it's inviting. Remove all paraphernalia on your profile, on your cover photo of you work for It Works. Because guess what? You are building your personal brand. It should not be there. So therefore, when they come on in, they get to know you. People do not buy It Works. They buy people. They buy feelings. So you want to erase all that, because literally you have 2 minutes to snapshot when people come into your business. So put who you are there. Put who you are. If you're someone, if you're into health and wellness and you now have come into this business with It Works, then guess what? You're a health nut. I love fitness. I love health. I love working with people. Because see, that's who you are. You are not It Works. You are a distributor of It Works. But who are you? That's the reason why I'm going to stick around. That's the reason why I'm going to go on your page versus another page. That's the reason why I drive that extra 15 minutes to that Starbucks. That's the reason why. I could go, keep in mind, I am not just about Starbucks. I'm also too about my experience. So I figure it's worth it for me to drive an extra 15 minutes up this street because I love that experience. So when I drop into your page, I want to know you. Why am I talking to you? Who are you? So that's why you're removing that from that portion, because you don't want anybody else speaking for your own individual personal brand. You want your page clean. Pick a color tone. Do not be all over the place. It is very confusing. Have you ever been in a dressing room that has clothes everywhere and you could barely function? Your online presence is just like that dressing room. You want it clean. So pick a color tone. What are you going to do when you talk? What color are you going to use? Don't use blue, green, rainbows, whatever. It's confusing. So as someone is going through, you have to remember the last time you posted, you left your feeling. But then when they go back and scroll and they're trying to figure out who the heck you are, they're like, this is what? You just look confused to the consumer. Because remember, you always have to put yourself at what you're seeing. Shares. You do not want to constantly share down your wall. It's a traffic jam. Think about it. It's like, where is this coming from? You also, too, will mess up your algorithms, because as you start to share from their stuff starts showing on up. You'll lose your actual customer base. So if you love something really amazing, take it and post it yourself. It looks clean down your store. No traffic jams, no messy dressing rooms. Okay, when you are posting down your wall, to not be salesy, I have videos about that, to not be salesy, make sure you're solving a problem. If you are out here with this coffee, I am amazed that I'm drinking this because it's helping me to lose weight. I'm not a big breakfast person in the morning. I don't like solids. So I found this to be great. That's what's not being salesy. Down your wall. People don't like it because they're like, hey, if I want to know you, you just taught me you're a salesperson. And most people come into this business and they don't want to be salespeople. They're like, I don't want to be in sales. I don't like sales. But then they turn into the exact same thing that they do not desire. They then become a salesperson. So make sure when you're doing your pitches, you're solving problems to your consumer. Make sure you have identified a problem, with a solution. When posting down your wall, 3 to 5 times a day is what's suggested. So therefore you come up on people's pages. The next thing I get all the time is, well, what am I supposed to put in my stories? Guess what? Have a ball in your stories. Sell your whole behind off in your stories. In your stories, live your best life. Post, hey, do you want my coffee for $5? Hey, I have Thermophyte. Here's a poll. That's every single day. People are in the stories. That is where you promote. Because see, guess what's going to happen? As soon as they finish looking at your product, you want this. You're doing a quick boomerang. They're then going to go down your wall and learn about you. That's your about section. That's who you are. That's why I want to buy from you. So that's the area of where if you go to a website and you look in the about and you're like, oh, I like that person. Oh yeah, I like this company. This is why I want to be here. That's what your wall serves the purpose of. It's your about section of your brand. That is not where you're selling. That's where you're solving problems. You're being helpful. You're being a servitude person to your people. You're sharing things about your team. That is your wall. That is the makeup of your social media. And it's the exact same makeup on Instagram. You just want to make sure you're aesthetically beautiful. That is how people will purchase from you because they can actually see down your wall. So you want to be very clean with that. Online, you want to do parties. You want to, in a party format, you're like, what the heck is a party? A party format is literally just explaining your product. I'm going to explain to you how I use Thermophyte, how I use this before I go to the gym, how I'm doing that. That's literally what a party is. Some people choose to do them in event format. Some people do them directly down their wall. That's your choice. How is your brand? For me, I like to do them more in private. And then sometimes I will, every now and then, just so my store does not look like a traffic jam. My bounce section, I do it every now and then. And then I'm huge on personal development. So I throw in personal development anytime I'm talking about a product. That's my brand. That's my style. That is what you do online. In order to be online too, hey, how do I grow my list? You want to make sure that you get into different types of interest groups that are for yourself. You can't sell in those groups though. You want to go in there and find your tribe, go befriend them, go talk to them. The secret sauce that I tell everybody is in your inbox. It's in your inbox. You'll also too have a long-standing conversation between people that you can always go back and remember the last thing in which you said. So if somebody is amazing, talk to them in their inbox. Gain a relationship. We are in a relationship business. You want to gain a relationship. How do you gain a relationship? You like things on other people's walls. You're genuine to them. You see things about them. You have conversations with them down their wall and also in their inbox. For me, my formula, I'm probably in my customer's inbox or my potentials probably 95% of the time. I will like on your wall and talk in your inbox. Like on your wall and talk in your inbox. Liking on your wall brings you to my algorithm, but talking in your inbox lets you know, I think you're amazing and I want to know you. So I talk. My rule of thumb is 3 times I'm going to talk to you before I ask you for anything. I'm not just going to jump in your inbox and say, hey girl, how are you? You'll be amazing at what I do. How in the heck do you know that? Could come from the customer standpoint. How do you know that? You're just trying to sell me on something. So my rule of thumb is 3. My rule of thumb is 3 times, and then I'll ask. I then, after 3 times or even watching them, know if this is a potential distributor or a loyal customer. Literally, because I actually know some things about you. Our conversation has showed me some things about you. So therefore, I'm like, hey, this is my potential DT. This is my potential loyal customer. Do people flip-flop around? Of course. Remember, as we are flexible as business owners, also give your customers flexibility. Maybe they started out as a potential and they turned into a loyal. Maybe they were loyal that upgraded on into a DT. Allow people to be flexible. You'll keep them longer. But when you try to force people into things that they're not ready for, you're going to lose them. You could literally have had amazing loyal customer that you forced into being a distributor and they don't buy anymore. Now all of a sudden you lost, they ain't doing anything because now they feel the pressure of the business and they weren't ready for that. They just wanted to be your amazing customer and get some amazing results, but you felt they were supposed to be a distributor. If you start talking to people and having a relationship with them, you'll know what category to be able to put them in. Now I'm going to move over to offline, B2B. Did y'all see my face perk up? See, most people have a large following. Most people think that I absolutely love online the most. I don't, because literally being online, it takes time to be able to have a relationship. It's usually it's so many things that's out here. Some people say 17. Do you know I've even read things that say 36 times? That's a long time to get somebody to be able to say yes. However, face to face, I guess what? I'm a great person. I know when I have you in front of me, I get to have you touch it, put it in your hand. Here, look at this. Pop it in your mouth. Hey, let me wrap you up. Hey, drink this coffee. I'm gonna get you then. I'm all over you. You might get a hug. Because literally right in front of me, I could do more. So offline business usually, and just so you understand this, offline business converts faster. When they know you and they see you, they convert faster. Parties are amazing. I've gotten my highest conversion. And also too, I'll even be so bold to tell you that the people that stay loyal customers the longest are the ones that I met face to face. Face to face, I was able to see them, talk to them, and show them how to use it. Here, this is how you do this, and they actually stay. Parties are also fun. So people ask, how is it that I'm able to do a party? Well, guess what? That is all up to you in building your brand. I love a good bottle of wine with my parties. I love great music. I like to talk. I like to make sure that even when you come into my parties, take your shoes off. Let's just relax. Because I also too understand my target girl that's gonna come out to my party. She gonna love this. We about to be walking around with our glass, our shoes off. We're gonna have an amazing time. We're gonna talk. I'm gonna keep it very informal. I even ask my guests when they come on in, what do you want to listen to? So I'm setting the tone of what it is to be with me. What you want? It's not about me, it's about you. What you want? Oh, you want to hear jazz? Great. You want to hear 2 Chainz? Great. You see how that's 2? I don't care. It's about you today. Make it about them. Make it fun. And invite as many people as you possibly can. And then also too, invite your upline if they can. If your upline is not in your state, get with your upline first. Ask them if they're available for a specific time frame. Have them to Zoom into your party. We have amazing technology now. So you can just put up a screen. If I'm your upline, I can pop right on in. I can talk to your guests. I can actually be the person that helps you to take orders. Directly while I'm there, I can Zoom into your party. Your upline can Zoom into your party. Those are amazing. Just so you understand, do not discount those. Face to face, belly to belly converts faster. Just so you understand, it converts faster. Second way, huge. As a celebrity stylist, I was huge in being on stage and talking to people. And guess what? The magic is at vendor events. At all these people, could you imagine everybody in your online, like everybody that's in your on your Facebook that's in front of you? Ooh, you get an opportunity to get more names, more phone numbers, vendor events are amazing. How do I find vendor events? How do I do that? Go on Google, events near me, health events near me, workout groups near me. Also too, do not negate Facebook. Go right into the events tab. Look at events near you for health and wellness and inbox those people and say, hey, do you need any vendors? You'll be surprised. Some of the smaller vendor events, you can get a table for 25, 50 bucks. And literally come up, get all this information and follow up with them and put them in your phone and talk to them. Right? Vendor events should be on your list of to-dos. We are coming on up into what season? It depends on when you're watching this. Right now, we're in the fall season. We're in the winter season because the dang old snow outside told me it's winter. So guess what? There are Christmas parties going on. I've reached out to some of my customers to see if they have Christmas parties going on in their job. And can I come on in? Great idea, right? Right in front of me. Oh, girl, yeah, they would love to have you. Great. I'm following up with one of them today. Christmas parties, huge. If you're in the summertime, what about barbecues? What about some of those events where there's food trucks that are involved? Maybe you're passing out some coffee. You're passing out some collagen. events are amazing. Also, too, I want to put your mind on something. Join an organization. What do you love? Mommy and me's? Mommy and me groups? That's your tribe if you have young, small kids. Go join them. Me, I'm all things entrepreneur. I am in an organization and also a part of a lot of online organizations. And that's how now I was just asked to speak at an event. 120 people for Trayce only to speak, right? Huge. Guess who's gonna hear about my business opportunity that day? Guess who's gonna do a free sip and sample that day? Guess who's gonna make this event? I'm talking all to herself. Do you know how much you convert? When you do things like that, your conversion ratio is higher. It's much higher. I'm going to ask you this. Are you a part of an organization now? Are you a Delta, AKA, the Jack and Jill organizations? If you are not reaching out to your organization to see how you can be a part of, those are sisterhoods. Those, I'll tell you, take a day offline and go back to your organization and see if they're having anything right now. Are they doing anything that you can actually be a part of? Because again, your conversion ratios will be higher. Also, too, building online is blitzing. Being in the grocery store. Hey, put a smile. If you don't, listen, let me tell you how you can get people, and I do it all the time. When you're walking, have you ever walked past people and they got the mean mug? It's like, why do people walk past people and they got to look the other direction or whatever? And I'm like, good morning, good afternoon. Hey, and then you get a friendly face back, and even some of the faces, they was just waiting on you to say something, and you could tell it in their face, and they turn around, and they're like, hey, they was just waiting on you to say something, but wasn't sure if you were gonna say something. Hi, hey, how are you? Good. I'd love to give you some free information. It's actually one of my coupons. Is it okay if I give that to you? Sure. Who the heck don't want something for free? Use the words that a consumer wants. You don't walk up to anybody and say, hey, can I blitz you? Be careful when using any terminology that's to us and it's not to customers. They don't know. Customers understand free. They understand. You want a free sample? Yes, honey, I want a free sample. Make sure when you're blitzing, you're getting their information back. So simple things of saying, hey, are you on Facebook? I love to follow you. I'm always doing free drawings. Yeah, I'm on Facebook. Go befriend them. And then let me help you to be more intentional. When you friend them and you walk away, get out your cell phone, right? If you just gave them a free sample, get in your cell phone, do a next day follow-up, put it in your phone, say, hey, follow up with Amanda tomorrow. Build that relationship. Set yourself a reminder, because when life starts happening, you will forget. So go set yourself a reminder. Contact her tomorrow and see how she likes the greens. If she hasn't tried them, because sometimes they haven't when I call people back like that, I'll be like, okay, well, I want to give you the instructions. Because I'm in your inbox. I want to give you the instructions on how to make it. Can I do that? Sure. And send it. Now, if you want to take this business to a whole nother level, I feel like I've been watching Mark now, just did it too much. But if you want to go a whole nother level, do them both. Have days where you're offline. Have days where you're online. Mix them back and forth. Maybe in the weekend, you're offline, but during the week, you're online. And then, hey, if you want to get funky with it, maybe during the day, you're online. And at night, you're doing that thing. You partying. Maybe that's what you're doing. Mix it up. Mix it up. So what I'm sharing with you now is how to build that thing in here. So I came up with 4 things. Remember when I told you, there's a reason why a person would go, like myself, that 15-minute Starbucks. Can I share that with you? I'm going today. My first customer in my business is until 1, because I literally, after finishing this, want to go sit in that Starbucks, and I want to go be around those people. My bag is full of samples, because when I talk to them, I'm not waiting for them to talk to me. When I talk to them, I have something for them. Because guess what? I'm going to try to get into this fireplace today. That's my goal. I want to be near the fireplace. And I want to have me an amazing experience. So for you to build your brand, I came up with 4 things for you that I want you to be thinking of. I want you to focus on being innovative. What are the ways in which, like right now, I did this coffee, right? But guess what? I make it different. I do vanilla. I do caramel. I add whipped cream. Today I'm detoxing. I done threw in my probiotic. So guess what? When my customers come in contact with me and I'm in their inbox, I'm not just telling them about the coffee. I'm like, hey, and when you become a customer, I'm gonna show you 7 different ways in which I can make this coffee. So you don't get bored. Be innovative. Take it one more step. Make it yours. Be innovative. Number 2, focus on marketing. Use cute apps. Don't just put your stuff out here ugly. Be cute. I'm gonna tell you that. Focus on your marketing. Spend some time. There's a lot of free apps to download. Word swag, amazing. Put a picture on in there. Start changing around. Cute. Photo grid, another. There are plenty. There are plenty. Those are 2. Just so I don't overload you, those are 2 that you can go ahead and use. If you're new, I try not to overload people. If you've been in the business for a while, then hey, your upline or whatever, we can give you a whole list. But hey, if you're just starting, here's 2. And I still use these religiously. Photo grid and word swag. Focus on your marketing. Focus on what sets you apart. Have somebody invest in a great, if you see me right now, I'm shining. I have a ring light in my office. Invest in things. Get you a nice little tripod. Don't be the person that's sitting around here shaking and moving. Somebody can't see you and they're like this. Go invest in it. It's like $10 to get you a nice tripod, to grow with your business. The ring light is a little bit more expensive. Maybe you don't start there. Maybe you literally sit with a lamp in front of you, and that's how you build. That's how you start. Then the more money you have, remember I've taught you on other videos, take a portion of what you have and reinvest it back into your business. Don't just spend all the money in which you're getting. Reinvest, so therefore you can continuously elevate your brand. So maybe this is where you're starting. Then you have a whole setup. I told you, I'm the girl who loves the home shopping network feel. Today, I'm set on up. I'm blinged out. When I get in my salon, I'm going to record some videos today. I have tripods that are set up everywhere. So therefore, when people say, hey, Tracy, I want to use your thermophyte, I can send them a video. Because it's all for me where I am in my brand about working smarter instead of harder. I can't keep explaining this 50 times a day, but I can send a video 50 times a day while I'm looking for new prospects. Number 3, focus on differentiation. Differentiation is how you're different in the business. So remember when I gave you the earlier Starbucks? Everybody's selling the same coffee, right? But this one that's 15 minutes away, I want that to go in your head. This one that's 15 minutes away is being more different than others. And you best believe, I've even noticed they can charge a little bit more on some little things than other people can, because guess what? They're adding more value to their customer. So being different, how do you add more value? What do you give away for free? And guess what? I do not want you to have to think the only thing that you can give away is product. It's not. Do you have 3 great tips that you use that help you to get thermophyte to work better? Do you have 7 ways to blend a coffee that's for free, right? Do you show up for your customers 7 times on Friday? Every Friday, this is Friday, this is follow-up Friday, right? Every Friday, maybe do you do a different product review? Do you do a different product review every Friday? What sets you apart? I will tell you this, biggest mistake people make is they look around at other people and they start figuring out what they want to do. The moment you start following everybody else, trying to figure out how to be everybody else, is when you'll lose your own brand. You're going to lose yourself. I want you to take some time to figure out who you are and what you're going to do. Use other people's ideas for inspiration, then create your own. If you see an amazing picture that's running for the day, don't take that picture and run it for the same day. Don't do that. You want to know why? Because when you do that, Facebook groups you all together. And then your customer gets a chance to see that everybody's doing the same thing. And therefore now you're all selling. You all are not being ingenious. You're not being different. You're all doing the same dang old thing. So that's why even for me, when I do things with products or videos, I make sure it's me in the product. It's me in the video. So therefore, that's how I'm different. Then number 4, which is huge. And this is amazing that we're in this type of business. So listen, maintain your drive. Maintain your high energy every day. You do not listen, whatever business you do right now, whatever business you do right now, whatever you have, you don't do that at high efficiency and then come over into your second stream of income, because you are a business owner with low intensity, low efficiency. No, guess what? If you work this business and you're just starting and you only work it 2 hours, guess what? You give it the high level of everything you got for them 2 hours. As you start to increase your money, maybe now it's more in your brand, it's more in your business. For me, and people ask me all the time, how many hours do you work It Works a day? It Works 8 to 10 hours a day. It Works 8 to 10 hours a day. And guess what? Even when I'm doing other things, I'm still working It Works. So even today, when I'm at the salon with my client who flew in, guess who's talking to her about It Works? Guess who's taking breaks in between posting online about It Works? About my brand. Let me take off It Works. Guess who's posting her brand online? Guess who's thought that through? Because if I have to go to work today, I will be with her between 1 and 6. So I can't lose 5 hours. I'm still promoting during that time frame. So I constantly work my business 8 to 10 hours a day. There are some days where I go down to 8. Friday is one of them. On Fridays for me, I want to have some good time with my husband and my kids. So I usually work about 8 hours. We're accustomed to working 8. When I'm promoting and I'm doing additional things, I work 10 to 12 hours a day because I need a higher level of attention. I need more hours within the day. When I get towards the end of the month, sometimes it goes to 14 to 16 hours because now I'm trying to close out some things. But then I roll back from that at the end of that month and go back to my 8 hours a day. If you're new in this business, maybe for you, what that looks like is I work 2 hours a day. Then when I'm in my business and I'm blending it, I can probably, because maybe I'm on the phone, my boss is around, maybe I can work about 4 because I can blend that into that day. Then maybe at the end of the month when I know I'm trying to promote, maybe I can give you 6 hours. I can sneak in the bathroom for that week. I can walk around during my lunch while I'm eating. I can actually start promoting at that time frame, my brand, my business. And then I can go back to 2 at the beginning of the month. But as you start to increase and you start to look for additional things, those times will shift. But now that you understand that you're building your own brand and business within a multi-million-dollar operation, now you understand how it is to be able to build your own personal brand within that. This information is so vital and so key for you to understand. It doesn't matter if this is day 1 that you saw this is day 15. This is something that now, you know what? I've lost my way a little bit and I need to come back to this video. I need to make sure that I caught some key points. Because guess what? I want you to understand you need to be flexible. The things that you said now, you're going to grow with them. I've been in this business now. I am not doing some of the same things at the same level of efficiency than when I started, because now when you know more, you do more. So now I done got this thing going. I have some things that I have to ship on off. I have some people in which I have to respond to. I have some emails I have to do. Then I have a team that I have to give to. Then I've already scheduled on out here in my appointment book calls that I have throughout the day. One of my calls is actually happening on my drive in, so I can get that information. And then my highest level is like, look, we have these in our back office. So even if you can't get to the internet, you have our customer form, our loyal customer form. Do you see? I have people that are already, I have taken this, and today is the day to run their order. Because I chose in my brand and my business to do offlines and online. And when you're intentional every single day, you're going to find your activity will increase. When you're intentional every day. Sunday is the one day that I'm not intentional. I have some things that I know I'm ready to post. Like, I don't usually come offline on Sundays, but I'm not really trying to take no orders, take no personal development calls, or I will talk to team just to say, hey, how are you? I'm really just kind of being in my own self on Sunday. I go to church. That's my time. That's my day. However, I'm just being friendly on that day, which still kind of helps me in my business because people know they can say, hey, but then when they start to ask me about, hey, you know, I need to take this order, I'll say, okay, I'll call you on Monday when I'm back, you know, in my office. I'll call you on Monday. They're like, oh, okay, great. I know you with your family. Yeah, I am. But thank you so much for reaching out to me. I appreciate you. Love you. Thank you for supporting my brand. Appreciate that. So hopefully I've shared with you today how it is to make yourself different, how to be innovative, how to still be in this thing where we all are selling the same thing. But guess what? The one thing we do not have alike is us. It's you. It's your likes. It's the thing. It's that thing that you do. It's beauty in it. So I hope you found this training to be amazing. Replay it, share it with your teams. And I look forward to talking to you soon again on the next training.